Ulysses bookstore, and today we've got Deb Abela visiting us in the store, and she's got this great series called Grimsdon and the new book, The New City. And I'm just going to ask Deb a few questions.
Go ahead.
Okay, Deb, what was the idea behind writing Grimsdon and the New City?
Oh, see, now Grimsdon's my cranky novel. I wrote that because I got really upset because I didn't think governments around the world were taking enough care of the planet. So I thought if we don't take care of the planet, things are going to start to go wrong. So I thought, all right, what if I flood a whole city and add some sea monsters and some flying machines and a girl called Isabella who's very good with swords?
That sounds fantastic.
It was fun.
So in terms of what sort of age group were these books aimed at, do you think?
Like upper primary, 8 years to 12,
yeah.
I think. And all the characters are around that age as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And New City, that's your new one out, just come out.
Yes.
Now, do we have to read them in order? Is it important to read the books in order?
Yeah, you can actually read them independently. It's fine. Grimsdon does come first, and then New City tells the story of what happens next to the kids. Now, there wasn't supposed to ever be a New City, but kids kept writing to me at the end of Grimsdon saying, but what happens next? And do they get rescued from the flooded city? And where do they go? And for a long time I said, well, don't go anywhere. It's one book. Mm-hmm. And then I kept thinking, all right, what would happen if they did get rescued? Where would they go? And what bad things would happen? And what trouble would they face? But New City, I kind of sneakily at the beginning of New City put a little diary entry at the very beginning by one of the characters, Griffin, and it kind of does recap what happens in Grimsdon. So if you hadn't read Grimsdon before, it doesn't matter. You can find out at the beginning sneakily what happened in Grimsdon and then go on to read New City.
Oh, that's great. So the characters, what are a couple of your favourite characters and things that are in these books?
Well, so I love, this is Isabella on the front here, Isabella Charm, and she's wearing an ornithopter there, which is a Leonardo da Vinci inspired invention, a flying machine basically. So I love her because she is feisty and brave and very good with swords, and I would love to be Isabella one day. I'd love to be that brave and that feisty. And she has a very best friend who's in the book, Griffin, and they grew up together just a few houses away from each other, and he's not feisty and brave. He's kind of puny and skinny but super smart. So in Grimsdon he's the one who works out, right, how do we live in a flooded city? No electricity, no phones, no computers. And in New City, he's kind of Isabella's wingman, and she's kind of a big risk taker, and he kind of tries to pull her back so that nothing bad happens to her. Because they do, of course, face some huge trouble in New City they've got to overcome.
Okay. And is there any more books in the Grimsdon series?
No.
Or is this it for now?
No, there was never supposed to be a New City, so that's it now. I think I got my crankiness out. I still think we can take better care of the world. I still think we can take better care of the planet. But these two books will be it. I think they're the only books with beautiful Isabella and Griffin, yeah.
So, to cap it up, we have Grimsdon and New City, the two new books by New City, the new book by Deb Abela. So, check them out at our store here in Ulysses, and we will probably have some signed copies, I think, after Deb leaves us today.